telling you, be strong. Please hold on. I got that love, and the love all over. What can I get a witness? I'm a witness, I'm a witness. I got that love, and the love's all over. What can I get a witness? I'm a witness, I'm a witness. What's up? Yeah. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah. What's up? I remember the time I was about to give up in the middle of the storm. I couldn't see nothing. All of my girls telling me to stop. Call the Lord. Yeah, the Lord. Oh Lordy. Oh Lordy. Do you hear my voice? I'm calling. Everything around me's falling. Pick me up, way up. Get me up, way up. I got that love, and the love all over. What can I get a witness? I'm a witness, I'm a witness. I got that love, and the love's all over. What can I get a witness? I'm a witness, I'm a witness. I'm a witness, I'm a witness. I'm a witness. GPC. What up?
Are you a witness? I'm a witness. I'm a witness. Lord, I hear your voice calling, wanting us to reconnect with you. And I'm all about that reconnection. How about you? Because we are indescribable, unstoppable. And we are doing something special this morning. We're featuring an author, minister, and just a good friend of mine. This wonderful Reverend Michelle Sweeting DeCaro. And she wrote a section on Chicken Soup for the Soul. I'm speaking now. How appropriate. Black women share their truths, 101 stories of love, courage, and hope. So for part of our devotional moment, I'd like to read Reverend Sweeting DeCaro, the Uppity Black Teacher, which is going to give us a quick lesson in this devotional section of our Monday morning Rise Up to invest in the human soul. Who knows, it might be a diamond in the rough. He handed me a 4-page handwritten letter, and I was shocked by what I read on the first page. Me, an uppity black teacher? Dude, you don't even know me. My formative years were in the Forest Houses projects in the Bronx. I was raised by a single black mother who went to college while taking care of her 3 children. As the oldest, I cared for my brothers. I was determined not to be a statistic. You know what the world says. Black girls who don't grow up with fathers are more likely to be young, unwed mothers. I had a good voice, and I would use it to get out of this ghetto. It wasn't easy, but I realized it was more about the false narrative echoed repeatedly that people of color who are mostly poor, live in poor neighborhoods, and don't know how to take care of themselves, let alone their homes. The truth is, it has more to do with government policies and lack of civic engagement. I graduated from a highly acclaimed music school, and I began my life working as a singer. And that didn't last long because I wanted to move out of the projects, and singing full time wouldn't pay the bills. I got an assistant teaching position at a prestigious school where the principal looked at my resume and said, if I go by your resume, I wouldn't hire you. But there's something about you. Won't God put that favor on you? I'm going to give you a try. That try lasted 10 years as a kindergarten teacher. Along the way, I got my master's degree in language and literacy, and I started teaching non-traditional students just like me at college. How could this guy call me uppity? Uppity means arrogant, and oftentimes confidence in black women can be misunderstood as arrogance. don't you know? When I was invited to teach an English course at a prison in upstate New York, I jumped at the chance. I had experience with prison outreach already. The bus ride to the upstate prison was long, 2.5 hours there and 2.5 hours back. 12 professors taught at the prison, and I was the only black woman instructor that semester. That ride gave me time to reflect on how my little brother was murdered by a friend at age 23. Black on black crime at its finest. Very little was done by authorities. Black people living in the projects don't even care about themselves. Another false narrative. I used to sing at prison for holidays, and at one event, the person who murdered my brother was in the same prison for murdering someone else. I openly told him and the rest of the men that forgiveness was for everyone, including him. The correction officers told me not to return until the young man was released. My class at the upstate prison consisted of 27 black and Latino men in green shirts. I named them the Green Shirt Scholars. Every week my class went overtime. No absences until one of the green shirts had a doctor's appointment. Some green shirts tried to use urban language with me. "What's up, Professor?" "Yo, your boots are fire." "Come on, you know you from the hood." "Professor, you can't give me some slack?" I introduced them to the concept of double consciousness, to W.E.B. Du Bois, and his notion of struggling in two worlds by the way we speak and behave. Many of them had never heard of the double consciousness, but they understood that they were living in this theory. As people of color, there is a tension in belonging to two conflicting cultures, the black culture and the white American culture. I had the men read The Lesson by Tony Cade Bamrata, and it was about a black educator, Miss Moore, who returns to the neighborhood to educate and expose the children to the city outside the impoverished community. After reading this story, so many of the green shirts saw me and Miss Moore and said they understood why I acted professionally with them. The other professors are freer with us, some said. I explained, as a person of color in prison or free, we cannot afford to be loose in our language and how we conduct business in the classroom. I am your professor, not your friend. I knew they wanted me to embrace them as a black woman, a sister, but I needed them to embrace themselves as scholars and respect me as an educator. That letter that said I was uppity, he said, "You came in here acting like you knew it all, using words we didn't understand." It would be after decoding the lesson that the same letter on the last page read, "I see now what you were trying to do. You had taught me the power of books, knowledge, and the pen. By the way, I don't believe you are the uppity teacher anymore, and I thank you." On that last day of the 15-week course, I told the Green Shirt Scholars, "I will see you soon, but not in here." 1 year later, I received an email, "Professor, I hope you remember me. I'm one of the Green Shirt Scholars. I am released from prison and in college. I saw your name teaching English 201, and I was so excited I registered for your class. See you soon. Reverend Michelle Sweeting DeCarroll." That was a good I'm speaking now from Chicken Soup for Your Soul. Black women share their truths.